Bill. This is taking a look at the swing today. I took a video of when we were out there, and we're going to meet again tomorrow. But I want you to see where we had some progress. So you have to get over the habit of leaning over the ball too much. We really want to get you set up a little bit better, a little taller, give yourself a little more room in there. There's a guy's about your height. Okay, you're too much over the ball. So we're going to get you up a little bit taller. This is a real problem. This posture position is one of the big reasons that you're over the top. So we got to get you up there and set up a little bit better. And the grip. Remember the grip. So it sneaks back on you. I always move it to the right, and then it'll sneak back on you. You might not even feel that, and you're doing it unconsciously. But it is a huge part of your swing lesson here. So let's be careful of that. Okay, take the club back. And one of the things we're going to try to do is keep your club face looking more down here, instead of opening it where, you know, a tour player might have the toe a little bit more up. Since you have a lot of trouble squaring the club, one of the things we're going to do is just keep the club a little more closed at the top. And we've got to get some extension there. In other words, a little later in the lesson you will start getting more of that. Okay, now again, the distance from your hands to your head, something like that, and the difference from his hands to his head, something like that. So, you know, we get that right elbow more down, not pointed so out like this. His is pointed straight down and the hands further behind him, like right here would be good. So it just gets really tight on you there at the top. And the big problem there is when we come down with shift. I'm going to show you a model again, and I want you to watch his hands now from the top of the swing. Okay, so again, there's his hands to his head distance. It's not like this. You get that push back a little bit like you were doing a couple times during the lesson, and you'll see what I mean by this move. This is the key to everything. If we get the grip over, get the posture set up a little bit better. I'm going to trace this club here for you. You see it just went this way, and then it goes out this way. Okay, now if we put the trace on him, it just drops. It just, there's none of this, or the curve of this arc out here. So he keeps his back to the target. Watch how long his back stays to the target. His hands are all the way down to his belt and under his shoulders. He's still got his shoulders closed. And even down past his thigh there, his shoulders are still somewhat closed. You have to see how early your shoulders open here. That's what we mean by coming around with the body. Okay, his club's on the angle of his right arm. Your club's on the angle of your left arm. It's too steep. In other words, right now you're not in a position to hit the ball, because when your body returns like it is here, when your body's square to the ball, your arm should be all the way down to the ball. Your arm should be all the way down here, extended, hitting the ball right now. Because you'll see when his arms get down there, now his shoulders get square. But yours start out early. It's the typical over the top move. Turn over. There's the right arm pushing it out. And I'm going to point this right arm out to you too. Look at the model video here, and let's draw a line on his right arm. Okay? Now let's draw a line on your right arm. So your right forearm has gone out. It's gone horizontal. And that'll never get the club down to the ball in time. So when I put the tee back here today, and you started swinging it, you started extending your arm downward earlier. I want you to picture this. If you had a ball in your hand, or if go back to Garcia's swing over here, if he had a ball in his hand and he was going to throw it down and hit the ball he's trying to hit, he could throw it right at that ball. That's where he's pointed. You would throw the ball out this way, so we got to get that right arm down more, and that's a down hit, not an out hit. That over the top has now opened that club face too. We want it a little bit more like this at this point. So there you can see how far outside that is, Bill. See where the club is in relation to the ball there? That's pretty far outside. The only way you have any prayer of hitting it is to pull it in, and it's just going to slice right across it. So it's all about getting you in a delivery position, and tomorrow we're going to work hard again on getting you turned, getting the elbow down, getting the hands a little further back, and that's not the body. You can see the body move there. The chest, the arms, the head, the shoulders have all moved, and the club stood straight up. All I want to do when we get this club a little bit deeper tomorrow, get it back here, is to let the club come down. Because that over the top move is what is keeping you from consistent contact. And I think you mentioned Bob Free today. He did the same thing when he finally had a breakthrough with it, and he was able to go ahead and play some good golf. Now, if I draw this, we'd want to get that club down, you know, somewhere in that cone, wouldn't we? You can see it's outside the cone. Right there. It always should be under your hands. This part here, the sweet spot, should always be under your hands. That's going to be the key to you feeling a little more shoulder turn, the hands behind, the club. The club's better here than it was, for sure. Once we get it in that position, and you can just feel what dropping your arms and swinging straight out the target means, you'll have a big breakthrough. Okay? And we'll see you tomorrow.